Robin.
Opie and Anthony. It's music day on the Opie and Anthony show. That's why you're hearing a lot of weird fucking songs today. That was Big A, right?
Yeah, a little Big A auto-tune action.
What else is going on? iPad 2?
Yeah, a lot of things going on with Apple. Apple.
I just got my iPad, and I'm certainly going to be passing this on. This is going to be a hand-me-down.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I'm hand-me-downing this to my brother.
I think you're going to see a lot of people picking up the new one and either selling the old one. You're going to see a lot of them ending up on eBay or something like that, and or giving them away, handing them down.
What's different about the new one?
Well,
I see. I'll do the basics. It's a little lighter and certainly a little thinner.
Thinner. It's kind of a lot thinner, isn't it? Yeah.
A lot thinner?
Yeah, they did a little comparison.
Someone said that, and that's a good thing because when they're reading books in bed, it was kind of too heavy,
a little awkward,
and made it like
heavy.
flop over. Like, how hard is it to hold this and read off it?
At least double the processor speed.
Nice.
Better graphics.
Nice.
Even though the graphics I think are great on it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
2 cameras, one on the front, one on the back.
Are people going to be like holding these up and taking pictures?
Well, I don't think it's so much for that as it is for FaceTime. You do a little FaceTiming.
But you can't hold this up as a camera, right?
Yeah. You could take video off of it. It'll have what's that cheap editing program that comes with Apple?
iMovie.
Yeah, iMovie. It'll have iMovie on it.
I like the iMovie.
No, iMovie's good if you're just taking and need quick cuts
stuff,
and transitions and shit like that. It just and it's new. It's new and it's Apple, so you have to get it. You have to.
When does it come out?
The 11th, I think.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah, it's one of those things. They usually make these announcements like 3 months out. But yeah, it's still an Apple and it still sucks. Really? Is that true? I'm not going to sit there and be an Apple fanboy, as they call it.
You already are because you like it. You like Apple, so you're a fanboy.
Yeah, you know why I like Apple? Because anytime I'm doing any video editing and things like that, it works. It works. It accepts the format. It fucking does. When I try to use Adobe Premiere on a Windows thing, blow me.
And how does it suck? Like everyone is copying.
How does it suck? Everyone's copying the fucking iPhone, the iPad.
They're going to be every company's coming out with their version of the tablet.
That Motorola Zoom?
Zoom,
dude, iPad killer.
Yeah,
iPad killer
right there.
Also, BlackBerry's got one coming out.
Yeah,
and I
love how awful BlackBerry is. They're just fucking awful.
Horrible.
That's going to take over the world. What's the name of that thing?
Yeah,
dude.
The what? The what?
Exactly.
Yeah, the what?
I'm having a tough time holding on to this BlackBerry.
Oh
I'm not gonna lie
God! Look at the screen on it.
I'm
what
not
are you
gonna
doing?
lie to you. And I go to my cell guy weekly at this point. I'm like, you're gonna lose me because he's not really an Apple guy. He could get me one. He could get me an iPhone if I ask. But
you have AT&T. That's why I don't understand why you have BlackBerry.
I'm trying to hold on.
Why? It sucks.
Yeah. Well, I thought they would have a better phone by now.
Never.
Like I was in the game for a while, but it's so obvious this thing is archaic.
It is
terrible.
That thing is ancient.
And supposedly we're supposed to have a new phone out by Christmas. The guy told me. Now we're up to March and it's still not out, which means there were problems.
BlackBerry, dude, they had a shot at doing it with the Storm.
They losing.
Fucked up. Their new technology absolutely stinks.
Yeah,
it absolutely stinks. I tried to stick with them, dude. I tried with the Storm.
I'm just about done.
And
I'm just about done. What other phone can I get if I have AT&T?
There's a bunch. You can get if you want.
I want to try a Droid.
Yeah, you could if you want that. And there's some really good Droid phones that are out right now.
Go to Verizon.
I want to stay with AT&T.
They're the worst.
I like my AT&T.
Oh, come on, dude. You can't
Except
get
for the fact that I need a house phone.
They're terrible.
I'm just a weirdo. I don't know
horrible.
what's wrong with me.
Why don't you just get an iPhone?
I could
get an iPhone.
I could get Verizon and get a fucking iPhone. I would be in much better shape.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love my iPad and I love my Mac Pro.
The iPad's great. The Mac Pro. I bought the goddamn a MacBook Pro like a month and a half ago. All the bells and whistles I had. I just went shove as much fucking RAM into this as possible. 8 gigs of RAM and shit. And then they come out with the new one.
There's a new MacBook Pro?
Yeah, new MacBook Pro, and it's got like a real high-speed interface on it. The Thunderbolt. A Thunderbolt interface. And it's so much faster than fucking...
I got that.
Oh, you got that already?
Yeah.
Chip's got it.
My old computer's got it.
So now I'm going to have to get it. And then I'm going to have to, like, get rid of my fucking month-old computer, load all my software on just for an interface because I have to. And the iPad isn't just thinner and has 2 cameras. And the shit you can do with it, like interfacing with your television through the Apple TV and shit, it's just so fucking cool.
These iPads are taking over the world. Let me ask you something about your laptop or your MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
When you went, did you ask them if something else is coming out?
No.
I always do that.
I never do.
Because that used to drive me nuts when you buy the latest thing, what you think is the latest thing, and they have one that's being shipped 2 weeks.
Dude, they won't tell you at Apple anyway, though. They won't tell you at Apple. They never talk about the new technology before it comes out.
I got a guy. He'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, if you know someone.
I got a guy. He'll tell you.
My friend Steve J. I don't want to say his whole name.
Yeah, it's one of those things where,
jobs.
Because it drives you crazy, right?
But it's also like, all right, when is it coming out? And shit. Is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be fucking 1 week?
I want to upgrade my HD Flip, and the new one. There's rumors it's going to be Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's
a little editing. So
editing, and then you just upload shit right.
I just made a dumb video of the fart mask.
Yeah,
I could already be editing and uploading it. I can't wait for that technology. And supposedly a lot of companies coming out with little cameras that are hooked right to Wi-Fi.
Take out the middleman.
But I don't know when that's coming out. It's going to probably be a while. Oh my God.
Steve Jobs was presenting.
How did he look?
New iPhone.
I seen the pictures, and the picture that Danny tweeted yesterday, which was fucking hilarious.
It's Steve Jobs standing in front of that giant screen where he does his presentation in San Francisco, and it just said 33% thinner.
Yeah,
33% thinner, and it's him standing there. It's an awful picture.
People are probably gonna mix it up, meaning he's thinner though.
Oh, Jimmy!
Big Duties tweeted it. Me and Ant tweeted it.
Big Duties.
That's
Duties. IES. Who spells duty? DOODYS. That's
no
crazy.
One.
Crazy
Silly.
Shit. Dude, I'm in a quandary. I got Pop-Tarts, but they're not fucking brown sugar cinnamon. What do I do?
What are
Eat
they?
them anyway. They're Pop-Tarts.
No, I'm gonna
I thought they smelled generic.
They do.
It
Kenny,
wasn't
no
that-
brown sugar.
It wasn't that wonderful.
I'm sorry.
Wasn't that wonderfulness of the brown sugar
the
cinnamon
brown sugar.
coming in?
Oh, here comes Kenny. Pop-Tart update in 3, 2, 1.
Here's the problem.
Yes.
I thought I'd switch it up with blueberry just to trick you because I don't have the unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon because I believe they might have been discontinued by Pop-Tarts because I can only find now low-fat brown sugar with frosting.
I tuned out 2 minutes ago. Could you say all of that again? Jesus.
I'll try the blueberry. Thank you.
Okay.
Don't have to
you
make
can't
a
have
big
the
thing out of
frosted
this.
ones.
No, I'm not a fan of the frosted.
You know what we ought to get?
Uh-oh, Ken.
Oh, Jesus.
Jimmy?
Toaster pastries.
Toaster pastries, are they better than Pop-Tarts?
No, they're cakey. They're a little more cakey. Pop-Tarts tend to be flaky.
So we got the iPad 2 coming out next Friday.
I might have to get that.
I'll
sell mine because mine's in perfect condition.
That's why you're going to see a lot of these flooding the market.
I'm going to give mine, and my brother will be happy.
Do you think people will buy these used?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
How do I sell something used? I don't know how to do it.
Broke? I don't know.
I don't know how to sell something.
Put it on eBay?
Just put it on eBay.
I only want $1,500 for it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, shit. How much can I get for a used perfect condition iPad with maybe a little jizz on
Which version is it?
it? The latest one.
Like the super good one with the 3G and Wi-Fi?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I hate just Wi-Fi.
Well, that's in the store, like $7.99.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll
You
get a
probably
fucking
get-
$11.99. How much pay for it?
For used, you could. I mean, in good shape.
In really good
I'm
shape.
sure
You
you
want
can
to you want to pawn it or sell it?
get at least. You could probably get at least 5. I'll check prices right now.
But where do I sell it? I don't know what to
On
do.
eBay. Just give it
I'm
to me and I'll sell it.
frightened.
Oh,
Why are
you're
you frightened?
scared?
I don't want to sell it. I get confused. I'll just be outside going, buy this, and somebody will hit me with something and take it.
The immigrants will buy it.
Oh, yeah. Someone will buy it.
Do you have to declare if you sell it or it's no one's beeswax? Because your name is still attached to it.
No one's beeswax.
What?
How do you get rid of it if your name is still attached to it?
Oh, yeah.
You wipe it out. You wipe it.
You can wipe?
You wipe it clean.
Wipe that fuck.
Factory default.
But your serial number is still attached to your name, right?
Yeah, so if they do some bad shit with your iPad, that
Because whenever you go
on
overseas, you have to register. You have to register an iPad when you buy it. This way, you couldn't go to other countries and just sell a bunch of them. So I'm worried that the serial number be tied in with my name and my real info.
Yeah, but you're allowed to sell your product. It's not like Apple expects you to keep it for the rest of your life.
No. But how do you disconnect it from your name?
Yeah, how does Apple know? I get it. How does Apple know Jimmy sold his
and doesn't own it anymore?
iPad?
So all of a sudden it turns up doing some other shit, whatever the motherfucking iPad does.
Why do they have to know? It's like selling a car.
I sold my.
I agree, dude.
I sold my old iPhone. I wiped it clean. There was nothing on there, and I sold it.
All right.
That's it.
You tell yourself that. We'll see.
What if Jimmy sells his iPad? Guy buys it. Next thing you know, he's a creep. Kitty porn galore. They arrest him, and there's the iPad.
He shows his eBay sale from 6 months ago, where he says, "I sold this thing 6 months ago."
No, what if the kitty porn was on it when I sold it to him? Is the point we're all making?
Well, I didn't want to, play it the right way.
And by that time, he'd already have been fucked in the ass in jail. Just trying to make it nice, fun for you.
Wow, that was way too far. That was way too far. For
It really was.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Can I get an AT&T Droid? I don't feel like.
Of course you can.
I don't feel like switching fucking.
Oh my god!
You gotta. You gotta just.
It's weird.
Take the plunge.
It's not weird. I think I don't do it just to bother you, Jimmy.
But no, it's for your own
bother
sanity. It's like, life is so much easier when you got the fucking.
It is true that two places I need to make phone calls the most, right around this fucking building and my home, I can't do it. So yeah, maybe it's time.
But I get attached to stuff too. But dude, I can't. Cables.
I'm lazy. I don't want to have to fucking figure out how to.
You get overwhelmed by stuff, but you don't have to. It's real simple. They're coming tomorrow, right? Like I have problems switching things too because I get overwhelmed by but I shouldn't. And they're putting in FiOS tomorrow, and I can't fucking.
Oh, really?
You're gonna love it,
The
Jimmy.
minute it became available,
You are gonna be.
I want
thrilled.
fucking Time Warner out.
Yep. You're
Jimmy,
gonna be thrilled.
You got once you get it, you got to sign up, get on the list for the new boxes, the new DVRs, because they're huge, and you could actually put additional storage on.
When are they
them.
get out yet?
They just started rolling them out. I'm getting mine in a few days.
I would like to get it tomorrow.
You could ask your installer.
Man.
Maybe I'll call today and ask for the new box tomorrow.
You're gonna love it. The guide is so smooth and it's so intuitive.
You don't like the cable guys no good? What packages do you have? The NFL, baseball? Can you buy a bunch
I have everything.
How do I do that?
I don't know. Am I yelling? Yeah, you gotta get the whole fucking package, the whole deal.
I am.
The whole deal, Wade.
Oh, the whole deal.
Hey, we got a guy that now has a anus.
What did he have before?
I don't know.
Nothing.
A lot of shit inside of him.
He had to have something.
Because he couldn't.
How did they get the shitties out?
Yeah. How did his duties come out?
It's in there.
His big duties.
I don't think they would have big.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I know how they came out, by the way.
No?
He was 55. He was a farmer. And he would squeeze it through he had a tube coming out of his abdomen. He would squeeze the shit out by hand through the tube. Like a fucking cookie dough.
No way. Stop it.
What does he look?
No.
No.
No. Come on. You're
What do you
kidding.
mean?
How do you think it came out? Through his ears?
But how did it get in the tube?
I guess it was from his abdomen. He had a hole or something. And
Like
he would,
a colostomy?
yeah, probably a primitive type colostomy. He wasn't a big, he wasn't a big player. I think the guy lived in like China or some shit.
All right, let me read this. A happy ending to farmer's anus woes. A farmer from Yaw County of Yaw Province has lived 55 years without an anus after being born with congenital anal atresia.
Oh, God.
Get Dr. Steve on the phone.
That's when they're the anus. There's nowhere for fecal matter to be passed, so we build a tube and you squeeze it. Not unlike toothpaste, although you don't brush your teeth with it because it's fecal matter and it clings to your intestines, and you'll toothbrush, squeeze it out. Yeah, I built a few of those in college, doing bong hits. And you have to be careful, though, because if you do somersaults, you're going to get seepage all over your white shirt, and that's, you don't really want to avoid that. Yes, I had a friend that had that, and I'd have him squeeze out over a bottle, and I'd urinate into it and shake it up and put a label on it.
His shitty wine.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, let me have some Asian stomach bile wine. Thanks, Dr. S.
Got it right here.
Yeah, of course you do.
In the Wuhan Union Hospital, Doctors have reshaped a new fundament.
What? Fundament?
They call it a fundament for him in January.
Is that instead of ketchup or mustard, a little joke on your table? Oh, I'm sad. I think I need a fundament. And you open a little joke and you put it on your sandwich and you gobble it up.
Let's get this asshole. Let's get this asshole on the show.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Dr.
How are
Steve.
Dropping my kid off at school.
Oh, is that what you call it these days? Oh. Thanks for the mask. That thing is great.
Well, I had originally made that for most dangerous snacks.
Yeah, you know how we just can't wait to use things.
Yeah.
So it's become a great fart mask.
Excellent.
Jimmy's been farting into it, and people have been smelling it. It's been fantastic.
Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth.
Right.
I want to read more of this story because Jimmy's correct. Wu previously endured a 0.5 centimeter diameter surgical hole or stomas near his urethra for excrement, through which he could squeeze stools out with his hands.
Wait, near his urethra?
Wu had to pay attention to the foodie aid, avoid constipation, and was a frequent user of laxatives.
He had to squeeze the shit out of a hole in him?
Yes, and someone married this monster.
Exactly.
He was married and had children. As his economic situation improved,
Oh, she didn't
Wu-
suck his dick a lot. Her nose is right by the shit tube. You imagine that? You're sucking the guy's dick, and the fucking shit tube drips over, and you're all drunk, and you start sucking that.
Like a gerbil.
Yeah.
Getting water.
And you're like, hey, your cum tastes like shit. He goes, oh, you're sucking wrong tube.
Oh, God.
So the guy had a wife and children.
Yeah.
As he made more money, Wu went to the Wuhan hospital at the end of last year where Dr. Lee examined him and framed operation plans. Wu accepted an artificial anus and 3 days later could excrete like normal people.
Oh, they just sewed in a piece of calamari.
Dr. Steve, what do you know?
All you did is put his finger through it like the thing on the top of an aspirin bottle, and it broke through his skin. It's like, your asshole's been there the whole time, silly.
Dummy.
Yeah, you had to pull a cotton ball out of his fucking rectum.
Dr. Steve, have you ever heard of this condition?
Did you hear this story?
Congenital anal atresia, yes. It's just where you're born without an asshole, basically.
Oh.
No.
And without surgery, it's generally a rapidly fatal condition.
Oh. Yeah, you would back up pretty quickly.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, how is the incision made near the urethra? That doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can have the stoma above the pelvic bone. So it's probably above the bladder is what they meant to say rather than the urethra.
Oh, no.
Who's above bladder here?
Scott.
Oh, right. Okay.
What?
It's a management joke. Wait. Hey, you're always thinking in medical terms, aren't you?
Hey, doctor.
If some now, how would they make a rectum for somebody? What would they make that out of, and how would it function?
Rectum almost killed us.
Be more funny.
This is going great.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
Our anus.
Nah.
Okay.
Made it funny.
Oh, God. No, that was pretty goddamn funny there, Dr. Steve. Rectum.
Sure.
So what would it be made out of? Like, I'm sure you probably cut another piece of you off, but...
Yeah.
Well, it's most likely that they just went in and crafted a surgical hole or stoma between his buttocks and attached the end of the closed off intestine.
They actually used the same material they make outdoor water fountains out of. So whenever he takes a shit, it sounds like a pebble being dropped in a metal tin. Fling. Get it? Fling.
I'm just thinking of anything that's kind of like an anus. I picture maybe a scrunchie. They just put a scrunchie back there to hold the shit in.
That wouldn't work.
No?
No.
That might work. You're so in a scrunchie.
Yeah. I don't know that they had to use anything artificial. I honestly, there may be some.
You're killing my heart on, Steve.
So they just needed to make a hole.
Exactly. It's like a radio show.
Now, the part of it is that you need to be consonant too. So they would have to make the hole with sort of
Sort of a
Z shape in it, so that he wouldn't just be shitting all the time.
Yeah, that seems to me like you need some kind of a sphincter.
Yes.
You need a sphincter.
And
Why didn't they
usually
just attach you to his buttocks? You're an asshole.
Oh. He's our guy. He's our go-to medical guy.
God, I love Dr. Steve.
On the air, he's very informed.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Well, I'm not on this subject. I'm not sorry.
Well, you sound it. You said stoma.
Yeah, stoma.
Well, I guess that's all the information we're going to get out of this one, huh?
I know they can't.
Hold on, young Daniel has
I
a
have a question about this man with no anus. How come they just couldn't give him like I'm sure an ostomy bag on his hip would have been a lot cheaper.
I don't see any reason why they couldn't have, and that's what I would have assumed that they would have done. So this is they're trying something experimental, so he can shit sitting down instead of emptying out a bag.
Interesting.
He's probably in China, right?
India, I think.
There's a fundamental human right to sit down to take a shit. So
yeah, it is nice.
I think they thought of a way that they could do it. And
Yeah, but I mean, if you had an ostomy bag, you could do so much fun stuff with all that liquidy shit in a bag.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know how fun it is to square dance and say swing your partner do-si-do and liquid shit goes all over the dance floor?
Well, I could tell you a story. A friend of mine had that procedure, and he walked around with a bag on his hip for probably over a year.
But it went away eventually?
Eventually, yeah. But, I mean, he was my age, so, he had to live his life.
During while something was healing?
Yeah. He got fucked up pretty bad. So, he was a guy in his 20s, and, he had to empty out a bag on his hip full of shit. And that kind of gets in the way sometimes, like, when you're trying to fuck a girl in the passenger seat of a car.
Oh, no.
It fell out? It
and, and your bag opens all over your friend's nice car. And you gotta spend the rest of your day not getting laid and cleaning up your own liquidy shit out of a Range Rover.
Jesus. Who was the girl fucking the guy with the shit bag in a truck? Jesus, how low are her standards?
Wearing a shirt, because it's on your hip, you really don't see it.
Oh.
So you'd really kind of have to show somebody, hey, look what I have.
She thought he was carrying around Jell-O pudding for
You're gonna need sheets, blankets, whatever you got. No whites, they won't work. You're gonna have to sop up all this shit, get it all up.
That was a fun little toy to play with, because you could watch food come out like almost full and whole. Because it's by
you would watch it?
Yeah, like if
did you ever eat a piece of feta cheese out of it?
Well, we had a bet going. No one could come up with enough money, but there was like a full, never pristine, untouched, like inch by inch piece of bacon that was in there.
Would you have eaten that?
Oh, and, God. I can't even think about it.
We wanted him to take it out of the bag and re-eat it. But we just couldn't come up with enough money.
He had $1.85.
Pretty much. But he definitely would have. Like, I regret not having more cash on me that day.
Yeah, he would have
done it completely.
Fuck. Oh,
Usually
God.
when I eat bacon, I chew it.
Yeah. He was just swallowing it whole.
He was just eating it. It was great, too, because you could just watch how fast your system really goes through stuff, because he would drink like a green Gatorade, and literally 40 seconds later, his bag is filling up with green Gatorade.
Well, his system, yeah. Because it wasn't going through all fucking miles of tubing.
He's heading it off at the pass.
Exactly. He was getting no nutrients, no nourishment whatsoever.
He would always call me over to the toilet because he had to like empty his bag out into the toilet, right? So he was really excited one day. He's like, dude, you gotta come see this. You gotta come see this. I'm like, what? He goes, it looks just, he's like, when a lava lamp is just ready? It's just ready almost. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, it looks just like that. And I went in and I looked, and he was right.
Oh, God, it's fucking disgusting.
It's like it loosens up, but then it goes up the oil, so it's cooler up top, so it cools off again.
Ew. So gross. Jesus.
Yeah, he's got tons of stories for you guys.
Oh, great. That's fucking disgusting.
Well, that's what happens when
wow.
you have a fucking shitbag on the side of your front.
You don't have a shitbag.
Shit happens.
Is he okay now?
Kinda.
Is his shit situation better?
No, I don't think he's had a solid shit since his accident.
Oh, what kind of accent?
He got crushed by a garbage truck.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, severed his colon.
Whoa.
There was shit flowing through his body like blood for like a couple of days before the hospital realized.
What is that called, Dr. Steve?
Horrendous.
When that happens? Septic.
Yeah, septic something or other.
Yeah, you're like a septic shock, which is what happens when a garbage truck severs your colon.
I think Dr. Steve hung up on it.
Good.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm driving.
I'm driving.
All right.
I'm driving.
All right, we'll let him go then.
All right, Dr. Steve. Thank you, sir.
We have a call from an
All right,
Apple
boys.
tech who I know who wants to come on the air and talk about the iPad. He said he was on hold, but if he calls back in, Keith, call back in. He said he'll answer iPad questions if anybody has
I got
them.
him.
Okay.
Dr. Steve,
Thank you,
thank you.
Dr. Steve.
Bye, DRS.
Talk to you
Just a
soon.
terrific story, though. The guy's got his anus, so he can live his life.
Yeah, it's heartwarming.
Our anus, right. Keith in Pennsylvania talking about iPads today because, a bunch of us are going to get the iPad too and want to sell our old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jimmy, it's actually pretty easy once you do the restore on the original iPad because it needs to be activated again.
Oh, okay.
Once it's activated again, the serial number gets applied to because it needs to be plugged in, ran through iTunes. iTunes has to do the activation, and then they have to register that. You wouldn't have to because your version of iTunes already has your registration information in it.
Okay.
Ah.
So I factory set it, and I put it up.
It'll activate. I'm sorry, Jimmy. It'll activate automatically because your registration information is in iTunes. Now, if they plug it into another version of iTunes, that's that individual's information. So then it needs to be reactivated. And
Yeah, that makes
okay.
sense.
that information. Okay.
That
Thank
makes
you.
sense.
Perfect.
So I was actually going to do it in Dr. Steve's voice, but what the fuck is up with every one of his fucking words ending with an A for the dramatic effect? Congenital anal, whatever the fuck he said. I don't get it.
Did you hear him?
Neither did we.
I don't get it.
What? We didn't hear what you said, Keith.
Yeah, nice try, Hope.
Have to be nice to me. He has my home number.
Hey, how's that Thunderbolt? He left.
He's gone, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
I'd like to ask about the Thunderbolt. He's an Apple tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Michael Moore, Anthony.
Michael Moore's.
I heard this and I said, wow, I know somebody that's going to be very upset about this.
I do think it was a little bit taken out of context because there's one thing you said that I agree completely with.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to find out right now.
I think it was kind of taken out of context. Yeah, a little bit. But I can't stand him, though. So.
We met him, though.
Yeah, we
Usually
did.
when we meet people, we end up liking them.
Yeah, we met him, and he came off as a hypocrite to me, as a matter of fact.
Why?
Well, he didn't seem as fucking, for the common good and the common man as
Oh,
he
I see what you're
does
saying.
when he's preaching.
I see.
He came off like a guy that just wants to pump out some movies and make some fucking money.
Make some money.
Yeah. Walk around
Out of this
Flint,
mess?
Michigan. Oof.
He's like a Rush Limbaugh guy. Rush Limbaugh
Doesn't
absolutely
believe it.
wants Obama to be the president.
Yeah.
It's good for business.
Of course it is.
It's good for business when this happens to these
Exactly.
guys. Michael Moore is dying for a Republican president.
Yep.
Because it's good for
So they
business.
can start bitching again.
I really wonder if those guys, pulled the lever for the guy.
I know.
I really wonder if Rush goes, you know what, I need Obama for my business. Although, I mean, that's a bad example because he does well either way, but he does much better when a guy
when you
like
have a
an
liberal
Obama
Democrat in, yep.
or a Clinton in there.
Clinton made his career.
This is what Michael Moore said very recently.
This country is not broke. State of Wisconsin is not broke. There's a ton of cash in this country, trillions of dollars of it, but it's a finite amount. There is only so much cash, all right? What's happened is that we've allowed a vast majority of that cash to be concentrated in the hands of just a few people, and they're not circulating that cash. If you don't believe that, go try and get a loan right now. They're sitting on the money. They're using it for their own they're putting it someplace else. They have no interest in helping you with your life with that money. We've allowed them to take that. That's not theirs. That's a national resource. That's ours. That we all have this. We all benefit from this, or we all suffer as a result of not having it. And I think that we need to go back to taxing these people at the proper rates.
Shut up.
They need we need to see these jobs as something that we own, that we collectively own as Americans. And you just can't steal our jobs and take them someplace else.
I don't 100% disagree with him at all. I mean,
but he's going off on a few different subjects in one fucking swath.
He's absolutely right about the piece of shit banks. They took our money to stay afloat, and these motherfuckers give nothing back. 0% interest on your money, and they charge you what percent?
Yeah,
They're fucking garbage. They're fucking garbage, the banks in this country. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But, and then again, a lot of fucking people were defaulting on loans, and
they were, but you know what?
But
they're shit, dude. I don't default on my loans. I pay, and they're still giving me no interest.
They were getting greedy.
They're fucking sickening.
Giving loans to people that couldn't afford to fucking pay the loan back, and that's what got them into all this fucking trouble in the first place.
Because of the greed.
Yeah, because it's greed, but it's also stupidity on the part of the people. Like there were so many people that were taking loans out that they knew they couldn't fucking pay back, and no one talks about what pieces of shit they are. Like, oh, they're victims of this corporate machine, these people. No, they're victims of their own stupidity and living way beyond their fucking means. And that's what fucked the banks, too. Like, it wasn't just the executives that ran the banks into the ground.
Don't you think the banks were aware, though, they were giving loans to people that couldn't pay them back?
Because they were being greedy, because they knew they'd wind up defaulting, they'd wind up having made whatever money they did, plus they'd get the property back.
Right.
And, sell it, but then the price of everything went to shit.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, everybody was guilty on that one. You can't look like these people were victims. Victims? Then don't buy the fucking house. Don't buy the fucking car. Don't try to get a loan, and when the bank tells you no, don't scream that the bank won't give you a fucking loan.
I have more understanding of a person who wants a home and who wants to get out of an apartment.
I have no home.
I live in a fucking hovel. I have more respect for somebody that wants to own a home and wants to make a go at that than some fucking cunt bank. And I'm not saying I blame banks for everybody's woes, but there's a calculated thing that the banks were doing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a knowledge that they have and an understanding of finance that average people, I'm sorry, we just don't fucking have. I'm lucky I make money. I can pay my loan off early.
Exactly.
I fucked them out of 24 years of interest.
Wow.
I fucked them out of years, and they had me on a fucking...
You're fucking this show out of interest.
Yeah, well, you should pay your principal. What's school got to do with this? You're fucking this shit.
Sorry, I love my Jimmy.
Oh, that was a fucking damn good one. And deserved. Really.
But don't you fuck yourself on the other end with taxes and stuff? That's what people say if you pay back your loan too fast.
No, because
like, there's another side to this. What's the other side? I don't get it.
Accountants, and again, this is why most fucking people in finance should just be beheaded in the public square.
I want to pay my mortgage down.
Pay it off.
They're saying, no, that doesn't make sense.
I know. I hate when
You've heard it too, right?
It's garbage. It's shit.
What's the real answer?
I don't know the exact breakdown, but let's just say you owe $100,000.
Right.
Let's say they say it's a write-off, which means I pay the bank $100,000 and I don't have to pay tax on that money.
Right.
But I still pay the bank $100,000. A lot of it, I think, on the interest, right? Or whatever the interest is, you is a tax deductible thing.
Tax deduction.
So if I don't have the write-off, I have to pay taxes on $100,000.
Yeah.
But it still means I have $100,000 and I'm paying taxes on it. It's like.
But here's the school of thought on this one.
The reinvest and make more points on the money. Yeah, we saw how that fucking worked when the market went down the fucking toilet.
Because you're supposed to be able to take that money that you would just pay off and make more money than you're paying in interest by putting it into the market or something.
If I would have listened to that when the market shit the bed, I lost some money. But I fucking dumped money into principal for the last 6 years, fucking like an animal.
Yeah.
And when the market shit the bed, you know what? All that money I put into my apartment, they could do nothing with it. Was already in. So I was investing in that. Don't let them fucking, if you can afford to do it, if you're lucky, I'm very lucky. I have a family. I was fucking doing gigs. If you can put money into principal, don't listen to that write-off shit.
We got to trust you. You like duty on your chest.
And my face, too. Jesus Christ, speaking of...
And equity in his house.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know what to believe.
100% equity.
Are you going to go with Jimmy's explanation in?
I
want
like
to pay
it.
this fucking
You want to
mortgage
give these
down.
vultures interest?
It's not even so much that. I want to own outright. I want to be able to just go.
I own outright, dude. I'm one payment away from owning outright. I'm a few grand away. I'm not much away.
That's great.
But the thing is, again, let's just say if you spend $100, that's interest. The bank charges you interest. You're not touching the principal. They're like, give us 100 in interest. So you give them 100 in interest, and then the government says, well, you don't have to pay taxes on that money because it was paid in interest.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't have to pay taxes on the 100 that I handed the bank in interest.
You gave it. I would have had the 100.
Let's say I paid off,
Yeah.
and I don't owe the scumbag bank anything.
Yeah.
I have 100 in my hand, and I have to pay, say, $30 in taxes. I still have 70 in my hand instead of having given the fucking bank 100 in interest.
Was there penalties because you were paying too quickly?
There are on some, but on mine there was not.
I think there might be on mine.
But it's still worth it. There's no way the penalties are going to outweigh the fucking interest over 30. They had me 10 years. 10 years interest only. I didn't have it. Look, they did give me the loan, so I had a fucking I had a 10% I had a 10% equity loan, which was very high interest. 10% I put down, and then 80% regular loan. Still relatively decent interest. I paid the 10% off in the first year because I didn't want to give these fucking creeps any more interest than I had to.
Yeah.
All right, we got a CPA guy.
And I'm sure he's going to scream. I'm sure I'm making some mistakes.
CPA guy.
Yo, Jimmy, let me tell you something. You're exactly right, my man.
Thanks.
So if you could pay down your mortgage, you should.
That's exactly right. I don't know what CPAs out there are saying that you should hold on to it. Even though the mortgage interest is a write-off on your tax return. It can reduce your taxable income. It's still money out of your pocket.
Sure.
So if you could avoid paying that, why wouldn't you?
And that money, it's like there's other ways you can get other write-offs. Like, you know, instead of paying it in interest to the fucking shit bank, can't you put it into your apartment and have stuff done on your apartment? Isn't certain like work you put into your apartment considered a write-off as opposed to paying it in interest? And I know the banks have a right to charge interest. They should. They're giving me money. But the amount of interest these fucking pieces of shit charge, the amount of money they ask from fucking Americans in general, and then what they give us is fucking, they're fucking hateable.
On a 30-year mortgage, like you said, the first 10 years are just paying interest, and then you finally get to the principal.
I'm going to talk to my accountant and see, by paying off how much... Because I would dump in so much money into principal every fucking month, whenever I could. Some months I couldn't do it. But if you can do it. And you know who taught me that? Vinny Brand. Vinny Brand is a smart financial guy. Not a lot. About Comedy Zero, about booking a Club Zero. But about mortgages.
He can't even make chicken wings right.
He has a horse's ass. Pardon. But no, Vinny was right. Vinny fucking... Vinny is the one that would talk. It's called amortization. Amortization. I don't know how to put...
What if my mortgage is different?
It couldn't be that much different. You're paying interest.
What do I ask?
A mortgage guy.
Who's my mortgage guy?
On a 30-year mortgage,
you're paying a lot of interest, brother. Pay it off.
The month that you start paying more into principal than you do interest, if I was to start a loan this month for a 30-year mortgage, I wouldn't reach that point until 2027.
Nice.
Well, you start paying into principal instead of just interest, or you pay more into principal.
What if I'm not keeping my place? Does that factor into it?
Well, again, the money, that's the same thing.
I've been in 3 years, but I don't a couple more years, I'm moving on to something else.
That's a situation for an interest only, probably.
Maybe, but again... The money goes in.
You don't pay any principal because you're not looking for equity in your home, so you're just looking to stay there. You don't care if you pay off your house. It's like so you get you get an interest only. Just pay the interest. Don't pay the principal because what's the point?
But wait, but you've paid
now I
in.
don't pay it down.
You've paid in a bunch of fucking
what?
You just paid rent. Like whatever.
Before this place, I was a loan officer.
Obviously, you know your shit.
Yeah. You paid a lot of interest. Like you're just look. You have to pay. You have to pay your bank back anyway. So let's say you pay interest only for 2 years. and you pay whatever it is you pay a month. Let's just say you pay $1,000 a month in interest. That's like you're paying rent.
I
like
put
rent.
a little aside every month that goes right to the principal. That's how smart
I put way more than a little. Because you know what, dude?
A little bit.
I have no fucking pressure anymore. I'm paid. I'm very lucky that I'm almost paid. I need to make a living, but I love this gig. But I'm not afraid of the fucking gig blowing up because I got a place to live. It's like they can't fuck me out of that now. That's why I was crazy. I don't trust anything anymore.
No, I don't either.
You should pay it off. And then if you sell it...
Danny says I shouldn't.
You have to pay the bank back anyway, bro. You have to give that money to the bank anyway.
Why?
So it's like if you're putting money into principal...
I could just skate.
They don't let you skate.
I'm just going to skate somewhere.
No,
Well,
you get that when
wanna
you
do.
sell it.
What?
Then you pay the bank back when you sell it.
But you paid all that interest.
What if I just...
But it's
You
like
could
rent.
knock your interest
But
payments
it's
down.
like rent with the tax deduction.
Oh, the tax
Yeah,
deductions.
'cause
Okay,
they ain't
okay,
right
all right.
What if I just move and leave it there?
There you go. Just abandon it, right? Just abandon
Like
it.
a car under the fucking the Bronx Expressway.
Oh, God. Mickey Rooney just drooled. I just saw him drooling.
We got to get this audio. It's really...
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of Mickey Rooney. I think he's kind of an asshole.
Who beat him up?
The people that are
Everyone
supposed
that
to
saw
take
his
care
movies?
of him.
Oh.
Oh, but they kicked me in the guts.
His nurse, I forget the whole story, but he's being treated very poorly as an old man.
Jeez.
Told
That's a shame.
Okay, yeah.
And I told this comedian not to work dirty, and he punched me in the spleen.
That's right. Didn't he tell you that? Don't work dirty.
I'm going to talk to someone because Danny's saying some good things. You're saying some good things.
But the thing is,
There's no way I'm staying in my place.
well, then maybe that's different. I know if I want to sell mine, I'll sell it because I believe what buyer pays the tax on it. You don't pay any tax when you sell it because you pay it when you buy it. So
okay,
I just wanted to fucking own it, dude.
No,
I wanted that pressure off me. I hate being in debt, and a lot of people can't do that because they have other responsibilities. But like, I just wanted that done.
I like the
was lucky
idea.
enough to
I
do
like
it.
the idea of owning outright, not worrying about a mortgage or anything, and then you just got to pay your taxes, your
Dude,
property taxes and shit.
I'll have to pay more in like, I think property tax or whatever if I own it. But again, I have no fucking fear of losing my place
But
to
you hear
live.
what you
right?
guys are saying? No matter what, they just keep grabbing from you.
I know.
If you are able to pay off your house, then you got to worry about the taxes.
You're still
anyway.
paying the property tax.
And in our case, because we're in condos, my condo fees and just to park my stupid car so I could go for a ride every once in a while is ridiculous. And then the city taxes, it's like they just keep taking and taking.
I know. Yeah, you could own it outright and still lose it. Like you could pay for your whole thing,
right,
and then still lose it because you didn't pay the taxes.
You can't afford
on it.
the
It's
taxes.
It's like, wait a minute, but I own this. No, you really don't.
No, because
see, that's the freedom.
They figured out a way to make sure you pay no matter
to
what.
keep paying. They don't want to give you the opportunity where you could just own something and just cut yourself off and live your life with what you accumulated throughout your life, and then live your life without still having to fork shit over.
Yeah, man!
I know. What a fucking pompous ass. We need to unite, man.
Well, who thought it was a good idea when people were building log cabins? You decided, all right, that's my land. I'm putting a fence around it. I'm putting a house there.
Stake your claim.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yep.
So how did it get to the point we're at today?
Very slowly.
But how if you were responsible for your own house and your own property?
I don't know. They just decided
But how?
the government had to take from you.
But how did they make that move when you were living back then? It was all about here's my house, here's my property,
It's my little place.
Like what changed? Does anyone know? It had to start somewhere. You know what I'm trying to say?
The country needed money.
So
And
they
said,
knocked
"We
down
need
all
money."
these log cabins and said, well, I know you own your property and your house, but now we need a little taste.
Eminent domain, perhaps.
I don't know.
Where they decided, we need this.
But, yeah, things certainly changed and were much different back then. Here's a loan officer with a simple explanation.
Like the Louisiana Purchase?
Does anyone really know the answer to that? Because there was a time a lot of people just owned their house, their land, and that was it. They
Funding wars.
Is that what they're saying?
The major problem is now and Jimmy, the advice you got was very good, but in terms of whether you want to put money to that or other investments, the problem is that home values have just been going to shit lately.
Yeah.
And so, and the simple way to look at it in terms of whether you should put money down and where it's going to go is if you have a 30-year loan and you make one additional payment a year, 30-year loan turns into a 26-year loan. So that's the basic philosophy of, how am I going to re-amortize my loan? But, you're making that payment, and you could always be investing it rather than having your home value continue to plummet. So
yeah,
it's a double-edged sword.
I know. And I mean, luckily, living in Manhattan, there's an advantage to home rates because your apartment... Manhattan real estate, I think, recovers faster than most.
Yeah.
Like that's one good thing about being in New York is like we're very lucky with that with rates here.
I did a little research. Our properties never went down, Jimmy.
I didn't. I don't even know what mine's worth. For some reason, I think it's lower than what I paid for it. I think I overpaid for mine, but whatever.
We lucked out.
I think $300 million for a one-bedroom is too much. A lot of people said, "Do you know how many $35 million gigs I had to do? 62 in a row in a 1 week period
just to break even."
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
But you guys in New York are the exception. Most people are.
Yeah, they got killed.
Yeah, it's tough, but
hey, no, don't punch out, Chris. If I'm not going to stay in my place, should I pay down my principal?
Well, if you said it didn't lose any value, then yeah, absolutely. If you got the money, and I think you do, yeah, absolutely.
Just pay it down.
If values didn't decrease, and if anything they went up, then yeah, when you have that money, when you get your tax returns back, put that up, make one lump sum payment. You're going to re-amortize the loan and shorten the overall length.
Yeah, but what he's saying is he's not sure if he wants to stay there.
No, I know I
can't
stay because it's
so why put principal into the property if you're not going to stay there?
Right.
Someone just Twittered me something, so let me ask you: if you pay interest only and the market drops, you're in the hole.
Oh yeah, interest only it should always be like a last resort. The interest only is the only way to go. Is if you're really you're basically drowning and you need to save money.
You know what it was? When I got this in 2005, we were just back on the air. I could show a decent income, but as a stand-up, it's hard to show certain income because it changes from week to week, and then there's times where you don't work for 3 weeks. It's hard to show like a steady income.
Plus all the illegal activity you're involved
Absolutely, because I do a lot of gigs in Mexico. The cartels are all big fans. They're like, do that impression, and they shoot at my feet, and I dance around.
The sombrero.
I thought there's also a gig coming up in Montclair, New Jersey. Isn't it this weekend?
Oh wow, yes, the Montclair gig will be declared to the government. Why? Because I'm honest.
Exactly.
I hate paying my taxes, but you know what? You got to pay them. Exactly. I know guys that don't pay taxes. I'm like, you know what? You're an idiot. What do you think they're gonna forget?
Yeah,
they always get you.
You actually know guys?
I've known them over the years, and I don't comprehend. I don't comprehend.
That's crazy.
That thinking.
But legally,
cash business.
What do they say? Legally, you're not. You don't have to pay taxes.
Oh, I love when the people jump out with that.
But the government, the government seems to not listen to that.
Yeah.
Apparently there is.
Yeah, I think there is.
Let me plug my company and let me run into work. RHMCloan.com.
Wow, you just got some loans today, brother.
All right, punching out, boys.
All right, man.
There he goes.
Loan guy.
Yeah, Vinny Brand helped me. I like to pay it off. I don't like being in debt, dude. It frightens me, and you are beholden to things you might not want to be. Now, I don't have to do gigs I don't want to do. It's like, it's nice.
Yeah.
James in Buffalo's got the answer to the log cabin dilemma.
Oh, okay.
James in Buffalo, what's up?
Hey, guys. So basically, if you just stake your claim out with your log cabin, the guy with the log cabin next to you just comes over and just kills you because he wants your land, too. So then, they set up laws so that people have their own property and there's rules about it. And then, you set up and you say, all right, we want clean water here. We don't just want to dig into a shitty well, so we start paying taxes, we start getting roads and all that shit. Okay. And that's basically how that all starts. And now, we're fucking beholden to the government for everything.
I just said beholden, then you said it, sir. Please.
Beholden.
Please, it's the one word I was mine today.
All right, James.
Jimmy, I just love you so much.
Oh, James, you're a sweet fella.
Everything.
Thank
the
you.
government used to do that homesteading shit where they'd have people go out and they would say, okay, you got to, in a certain amount of time, build a house. And then in a certain amount of time, you need to install some kind of fucking well. And then in a certain amount, you need to have a business or a farm set up and stuff. And then you would own it for like nothing.
But who voted for that? To allow the government
I think that was
that.
like the government saying, like, this is government land, but we want you to do this to build the country up.
But what
so, that's like the beginning of a game, It's like, all right, you need to build shit. And then the government would be like, all right, now we're coming through. You built yourself a nice little town, so we're going to come through with some other amenities, and you got to pay us money.
What if you were in a state that wasn't part of the United States yet?
Oh, and then the United States got it?
Yes.
Like the Louisiana Purchase?
Yes. You already had your shit down.
Then you got fucked.
How?
So get off. We own this now. We bought. It's like when a fucking radio station gets sold and then the new bosses come in and they go, everyone out.
But it wasn't theirs to buy.
Yeah, it was, kind of.
Because no one owned it?
Yeah, the French.
Who are they?
They owned it. And then
From where? They're over there.
They colonized it. And then they're like, we'll give you that. You could just gotta fucking, help us out.
I'm gonna have to take a history class. I'm really confused. You want to take a break? Was that it with the Michael Moore?
Yeah. Michael Moore's an asshole. Start with your own fucking money then. That's all. He's a rich guy. He wants to fucking, tax a bunch of rich guys. Then,
let me ask you,
chip in.
What's he saying when he said tax these people? I got the impression he was talking about the banks.
Well, who knows? He's talking about businesses. He's talking about big business, I guess.
I thought he meant the banks.
He said the wealthy at one point, and he certainly fits that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
He doesn't fit his pants. Fat pig.
I don't necessarily agree.
Michael Moore on the show.
I actually liked him. He was nice to me.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy.
And Anthony agreed with everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you weren't too confrontational that day.
Well, I know. I was
Round
probably
2,
in a
you'll
good
be
mood.
better.
I was probably in a good mood that day. I don't know.
You guys hear about the Tyson show? Getting really good reviews.
Oh, really?
And we should have fucking got him.
No, he didn't do any radio. The only show he did, I think, was Gayle King, but because A, it's Oprah, and B, it was on the same network tie-in somehow. He didn't do radio.
No, it's on the what channel is it on?
But it's the same owned by
Animal Planet.
Owned by the same whatever.
Oh, it is.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Did E-Rock yell Animal Planet?
No, but are you kidding me?
What happened?
The show is on Animal Planet?
It's a show about pigeons, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, and it's getting really good reviews because 6 episodes, and he's been raising pigeons since he was 14 years old.
Yeah.
That was
he's into those. What are they? Homing
pigeons.
Homing pigeons. He's into
different than homo pigeons.
Yeah,
they fly right into your head. I don't know why.
It's great. You really thought that one out.
Right as I'm saying, I'm like, what am I doing?
It's great. All 14. You fart and comes on the pigeons.
E-Rock, am I allowed to tell him what you told me?
Uh-oh.
Sure. I know this started a whole thing yesterday.
What, did you read something on Mike Tyson's pad?
Jesus.
Just kidding.
Oh, no. It was... We're so close.
I love him.
We're trying to give him one day.
He loves
one day.
Just to show a little respect.
E-Rock's a good boy.
Do you know how many fucking jokes
and then
I did not
it's
say
be
today?
Ugly.
Do you realize?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
listen to the replay and kind of think about what I do here on a daily basis, which is nothing, and think of how many jokes I wanted to say about E-Rock today. I haven't uttered a one.
How many did you have? Roughly.
It had to
Probably
be
a dozen.
No, I would say honestly, yeah, probably 10 to 12.
Were there any about his
That
weight?
I'm not even going to
Why?
answer that because I'm leaving him
Why?
alone.
Why?
I'm not even going to answer it. It is E-Rock's day. It's
I
a day
agree.
after his birthday.
Yes.
and
the day after that beating.
and he had his horrible birthday here yesterday, and this is his birthday day.
What happened at the Tyson thing? Because I was going to go to that, but
He almost met Tyson, right?
I got to meet him, but he didn't do photos or anything because he had a panic attack and then had to be rushed out.
Yeah, I heard everyone was crowding him, and
I hear he really hates crowds and he loses his mind. And he was started. What did you tell me before the show? He started yelling at his publicist, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here!"
He was taking a couple of photos, and then they started bringing everybody into this private room. And he started shaking and looking around in every direction, and he was mumbling to the lady that was with him. He's like, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" That's all he was saying.
Wow.
Finished a couple of photos for Animal Planet people, and then security just parted everybody, grabbed him, and
how long was he in that place for?
He did his little speech for the show. It was about 10 minutes.
Okay, so you said hello to him?
When they brought him to the second room, I got to say hi to him. That was it.
Did he respond, or he didn't even pay
He
attention?
just kind of nodded and acknowledged that I was standing in front
How
of
did
him.
he look?
He didn't look bad. He just did not want to be there.
Doesn't he have, because I've met him twice, once outside the cellar and once at the Porn Awards on the expo floor.
Wow, that's awesome.
I have footage talking to him, video footage. Did I show you that?
No.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's he's got his arm around me. He's like, you call me a pimp. Tell him I'm a pimp. He wants me to tell the people at the Porn Awards he's a pimp.
I think
Whatever
we
you
might
want, sir.
That's this type of stuff we should be playing on the show.
I thought you guys heard it. I'll bring it in.
It sounds familiar.
And
I'm
there
not
might
sure
be
if we
some-
ever played it.
There's other footage I have, which video.
Oh You and Ron Jeremy?
No, me and Mike made out with the same girl.
Oh.
Who went first, though?
Oh, right, and it turned out.
I knew he didn't.
Oh,
so no, wait.
geez.
What? It was a...
Well, could have been.
And you knew ahead of time?
No. Afterwards, I found out. I was like, really? It was in public, though. It was in a public place.
Rules.
I didn't care. She was fucking hot. He has, though, Mike Tyson.
What is going on?
I love it.
Dude, Mike Tyson has a fucking aura. When he walks into a place, it's an odd thing how people behave, like adults behave like kids. And we've met Foreman. A lot of boxers, I'm sure, have that. But Mike Tyson has a very amazing fucking presence, man. There is a fucking an energy and a force that comes with this guy when he walks.
When he got off the elevator and walked into the room, all the noise of people talking just kind of silenced. They just watched him walk across the room.
He is a fucking larger. He's probably the most impressive guy you'll ever meet in your life, as far as just being around. Maybe aside from a president, but like charisma.
Muhammad Ali, even in his current state.
Absolutely, Ali is. Yeah.
You would lose your mind.
Ali is. I probably cry if I met Ali because Ali's a much more important figure, but Tyson is just a fucking force. And I met a lot of boxers at events and stuff like that. Holmes, fucking Cooney, all these guys.
Oh, come on now.
That's
crazy.
Plus, we had Frazier. We had Frazier in. Frazier was amazingly charismatic. Frazier was Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
But when Mike walks in, man, there is a fucking...
Frazier was pretty impressive, though.
Beyond impressive. But I'm telling you, Tyson
is above that.
Is a fucking force. He's a very impressive guy.
Well, this show looks great. Getting good reviews.
I'm happy for him.
6 episodes on the Animal Planet, but you get to see the guy. They're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
the
just
man behind the myth.
The man. Yes.
Do you know
the man and his pigeons?
In the past discussion that we've been having, I didn't do 4 jokes that I could have done.
Yeah, but
I just want him to know.
That's not like being nice.
I know.
Exactly.
Like you should just keep it to yourself.
No, but I can't.
Yeah.
I came this close to blurting it out.
What?
How could I not make a joke about how excited he was to meet Tyson?
What were we going to blurt out?
That he thought it was the chicken guy.
Let's see, now you just did it.
Okay, but that was good.
But you just did it.
Sorry.
But you just did it.
I know.
You just did it.
I couldn't help it.
You just did it by saying the joke you were going to say.
I had a bunch of them until I was going to start shooting out.
Chip, but you're being nice today.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you put on boxing gloves and punch ice cream into your fucking fat stomach and tits?
Jesus. Holy shit. That isn't even a joke. That's just vicious. Holy
I was holding back.
Jeez, Chip.
Holding back a whole lot. Yeah. But I didn't want to tease him, though.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Because when you were saying Mike Tyson was there, I was going to say, was there a whole lot of black guys that like when they used to fuck your mother?
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Chip is a prick.
Chip doesn't know how to be good-natured.
No, that's not good-natured.
Yeah.
Good-natured ribbing isn't something Chip knows about.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be nice E-Rock Day.
I know.
I am being nice to him. I didn't say that stuff. I didn't say nothing about him.
Just a joke.
Yeah. He brought a glove. Didn't you ask him to sign your glove?
No, I didn't have a glove. I had something else.
What'd you have?
I had a copy of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Of course you did.
Oh.
And he just wouldn't sign it?
Before I even got near him, all the publicists said that he's not signing any autographs.
Did he want a copy of Eric Nagel's Lunch Out?
You know,
why?
You're just not a nice guy.
Yeah.
You're just an evil motherfucker. You're just the worst.
Yeah. Maybe you should have had him. Maybe you should have had him sign. Wait, what was that game they did the documentary about? Even Chip won't do that one.
All right, that's it.
All right, we're going to break.
No more jokes.
No more jokes.
No more. That's it.
I'll just,
You should have had him sign Gilbert because you're fat.
Oh, look. This is they're advertising the show. It's a commercial for
Yeah, that's different.
cough
He doesn't have a
medicine.
scarf on.
Oh, my God. That's so...
Holy mackerel.
Listen.
No teasing you, Rock. We do love you.
No. After the break, before we get...
She's not here, Malin Ackerman?
Malin Ackerman's coming in.
Where is she?
No, I don't know.
Where?
She'll be here at 9:30. Can we do your most embarrassing tape today?
I don't have it with me.
Oh,
they have it. Danny has it. You know what? Danny has it. Danny has it.
Oh.
Can we do that, maybe?
I'd
after
love
the
to
break?
hear some of that.
Yeah.
Or after the break, we might
please.
do Jimmy doing
Yes,
some
we can.
TV from 1996.
Nice.
But first, I got over here this.
Robin,